guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out another video. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is my 2015 BMW F80 M3. As you guys can see, the car has 68 and some change miles on it right now. The problem I'm having, it's not really a problem. Everybody knows the S55, the PCV is in the valve cover and the car needs a new valve cover. So I figure why I do the valve cover, why not just go ahead and replace the crank hub. So yeah guys, so today I'm gonna be replacing the crank hub on my F80 M3. Alright guys, so I decided to go with the spline solution. As we all know, it is the cheapest solution on the market. I'm not planning on making 1,000 horsepower on my car, and we all know this solution been around probably the longest, and I know a lot of people that run it with success. So yep, I got coolant, timing tool from Amazon, OEM spark plugs. I got an OEM, pretty much all the parts I got is OEM from the dealer. Alright guys, so I just removed two 13mm bolts for this cover right here, and mount. Look at that, that is already broken anyway. And all I did was pull the cover and remove two fan bolts. These are T25 from the bottom. Damn guys, look at the size of my garage. This is what I got to work with, and pretty much that's it. It's a single car garage, but I'm gonna try to do the best I can to make it work, man. Hopefully soon one day I'll be able to get a bigger garage, more space to work in. Alright guys, so basically, let me stop with all the jibber jabbers. So basically, the first thing you're gonna do is you have to remove basically everything from the top. Alright guys, so now that we have those out of the way, I'm gonna move on to removing the intake. You're also gonna have to remove this brace just to have enough clearance to remove the valve cover. So yeah guys, man, look at how dirty this is. If you ever wonder what your engine looks like under the cover, there you go guys. And these are E12. Alright, so you got two 60mm bolts in the middle, and then on the side you have two T50. And this is pretty much ready to come out. Alright guys, you see at the back of the engine right here, this cover is gonna have to come out as well. It's just a whole bunch of 10mm bolts, so we're gonna take that off. So to remove the intake, you're gonna have to remove this hose right here, the clamps, the connector is just a push and pull, a connector, a disconnector, and I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the intake, and you're just gonna have to pull. It's gonna pop right out of the garment. So in order to remove the charge pipe, to get to the second one, what you want to do is remove this pipe right here from the turbo. It's just a 10mm. Once that out of the way, you have total access to the charge pipe. Make sure you put a rag in there. Alright guys, So once you remove, I believe there's a E10 bolts that holds the charge pipe, you're pretty much ready to come out. Just gonna pop them out. That's a stubborn one. There you go. Alright guys, I guess I needed both hands to remove the second charge pipe. Make sure you protect your turbo. I got some rags in there.
Day 2.
Alright guys, so in order to get the fan out, this hose pretty much have to come off. So what you're gonna have to do is wiggle this off. There's a T25 on the bottom. You have two 10mm that holds it to the engine, and you have a 10mm that holds it to the side of the engine right here. And there's a connector as well. Alright guys, so now once you have this out of the way, as you guys can see, there's a lot of room in here now. So that way you have enough room to remove the fan. Trust me, if you try removing the fan without taking this off, it's not possible, because I tried that already. Okay, so the fan is out of the way. That was a major pain in my butt. So once the fan is out of the way, as you guys can see, you have total access to the front of the engine. Your crank bolt is in here. Your timing chain tensioner is on the side right here. Oh, now we in business, guys. Oh man, it's freaking hot in here. Oh, look at your boy, man. I'm sweating like crazy. Oh. So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the charge cooler. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the whole thing out of the way. Then I'm gonna move on to the valve cover. Alright guys, so once you remove all the cords, the cord packs, next what you're gonna have to do is, as you guys can see, there's a connector in here. You're gonna pry on the clip and pull up. You're gonna remove the connectors, and then you're gonna remove these two T25 bits and couple of 8mm, and then that way you're able to move the whole harness to the side. So you got a couple of 8mm, the connectors, and two T25 bits. So to remove the fuel line, you're gonna need a 40mm for these right here, and 17mm for these on the top. The one on the top right here, and the one on the bottom right here. And you're gonna have to remove, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 12mm bolts. And the fuel rail should be able to rotate it, or you could remove the whole thing if you want. Don't look that bad, actually. So you need an E6 for the Vitronic motor, gasket. Alright guys, so with the valve cover off, I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate the engine to find TDC. I'm gonna use a screwdriver. So basically what you do, you wanna put a screwdriver in setting the 1, and you're gonna keep rotating the crank clockwise until the screwdriver is gonna start coming up. You wanna keep rotating until it stops moving, and when the piston is at the top, that's where your TDC on setting that number 1 is, and that's where you want to be. All right, you need a 22mm socket for the crank bolt. Once it starts to come up, you want to go slowly so you don't pass. All right, you see it start moving. So pretty much that should be at TDC. Alright guys, so I'm really not gonna be able to show you guys where the flywheel lock goes, but it goes on the bottom over here. You're gonna see this tab. What you want to do is remove it, and then you're gonna go ahead and install the lock. Alright guys, so remember it's TDC. I already installed the crank block on the bottom. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install the cam lock. Let's see. Oh man, I guess my timing is a little off. You're gonna need a T60. Alright guys, so before I attempt to remove the crank hub bolt, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the timing chain tensioner to relieve the pressure from on the chains. My crush washer is actually stuck to the engine, so make sure it doesn't fall because you don't want to lose it. All right, here we go, guys. All right. Oh, god damn. Woo.
Round two. Fight.
Alright guys, so I went ahead and labeled everything, intake and exhaust. As you guys can see right here, for the solenoid I have the white and the black one, so you can remember where to go, because these gonna have to come out. I have to remove the intake and exhaust brackets as well, the cam gear, and then we're gonna move on to removing, I believe both axis cover has to come off. Next, I'm gonna also remove, there's two caps, this one right here, and there's another one on the bottom right here. Those are gonna have to come off to access the bolt for the chain guards. So you're gonna need a H8. A T35 for the top one. And these are recommended to be replaced. You have to replace these as well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill these into the cover, and I'm gonna use my screwdriver or pry bar and pry it out. Alright guys, I got the access cover off. I had to fight it and pry it off. It's probably a lot easier to remove it if you have the proper tool, but I didn't have the tool, so I had to make it work. It's out of the way. Now I have access to release the tension from the oil pump chain. So what you're gonna do is try to drain the chain, release the tension, and you're gonna put a lock to lock the chain in place. So in order to remove the oil pump sprocket, I'm gonna use my pry bar to compress the chain. And once you compress the chain like that, there's a little hole underneath the pry bar you probably can see right now, and that's where the pin goes. So you're gonna have to compress it like that and install a little pin. Alright guys, so the reason you have to remove this cover, as you can see, this is the oil pump chain tensioner. You have to release the oil pressure from the chain tensioner before you remove the crank hub. So now that I have the tensioner locked in, pretty much I'm just gonna go ahead and remove everything from the front, and everything should be ready to come off. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove the crank hub. I'm gonna remove the whole rail because I'm gonna be replacing it. So progress guys. So you're gonna need a 16 millimeter to remove the intake and the exhaust bracket. Make sure you don't mix them up because they are different. Check that out. It was already broken when I took it off. My new hub. Oh man, I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the crank seal. I'm gonna be replacing it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil pump sprocket. I'm gonna be replacing that as well. I got new chain guards. This is the new oil sprocket right here. The oil sprocket is on the bottom right there. I was hoping to be done today, but it's probably not gonna happen because I've been taking my time, taking breaks, because it's too hot in the garage. But yeah, guys, good progress so far. So now I just have to replace the seal on the bottom, and then I'm gonna go ahead and replace install the new oil chain sprocket, which is this one right here. And we're gonna install the new hub, and we're gonna start putting everything back together, guys. This retainer is what holds the oil sprocket in place, like this. So to remove the old one, what you're gonna do is pop this off, and then it's gonna come loose. So make sure you get a new one, because you're gonna have to replace it. Alright guys, so the new oil sprocket is installed. We got the new sprocket retainer. I already installed my front seal. So very important, you have to install the chain before you install the new crank hub, because you need the chain to go around the gears. No, I did not leave the sticker paper on there. I took it off. Alright guys, I already have the new crank hub and bolt installed. I just wanted to show you guys this. So before you go ahead and start torquing anything down, as you guys can see right there, you want to make sure the chain is on the sprocket. Before you go ahead and do anything else. So yeah guys, so now I got the new crank hub installed. The chain is on the sprocket. I'm gonna go ahead and go and tighten down the bolt as much as I can, but I'm not gonna torque it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall a lot of the stuff in the front, the cams, and then I'm gonna go ahead and torque it. Guys, so once you have all of these installed and you have these on here, just make sure they're loose. Next, what you're gonna have to do is reinstall the tensioner on the chain right here. Timing 2. So you're gonna torque these 20 Newton meters. and then 180 degrees. So 120 millimeters on the crank. And then we're gonna do 270 degrees. Alright guys, so there you have it. The new crank hub is installed, torqued down. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all the timing tools, and then I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall everything else in the front, the valve cover, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a fresh start. I'm pretty much the rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward. Everything you took off, you're gonna put back the same way you took it off. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip to the first start when I get to that. You're also gonna have to bleed your coolant system. Alright, here we go guys. I think I have everything hooked up. Add a coolant. We're gonna do a first start and see what happened. She's alive, boys. There you have it guys, all done. Woo! If you guys like this video, don't forget to go ahead and smash that like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace! Hell yeah!